All right, hello and welcome. This is GMU Overwatch Intramurals. We are going to be starting off on Nepal. It is going to be the Big Bs versus GMU. Yeah, I guess they let you name yourself whatever you want here, but no matter. We're going to get you right into the action here. I think I just said we are starting on Nepal. So I haven't watched a whole lot of Overwatch 2. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I've watched Overwatch League, but I haven't done any of the casting yet, and I'm here by myself. So, this is just gonna be a fun experience for everyone involved. Recently I did cast the some of the Rocket League games for GMU, but that was in the Intramurals. Congrats to them, by the way. But anyway, so it looks like we are gonna have some comps that actually, I think we did see a lot of these characters played in Overwatch League. We did see a lot of Sojourn. I don't know if we've seen any of the Junker Queen yet, so this is going to be interesting to see. Thickman, of course, one of the rising sophomores, I think going to be a team's main tank potentially in the next semester, so he's going to be one to watch out for, right in your face, of course. A veteran player for George Mason here. Also on the Junker Queen, getting a lot of damage in right now. As you can see, these teams are staying quite healthy. Both teams have the Lucio to try to space out each other, ebb and flow, get the damage in there, get out when you're done. So it's a bit of a brawl action with the Junker Queen. Tuna Man, of course, got that opening pick on T-Champ and gets another on Jackson. Of course, he is a veteran player at GMU, not Tuna Man, Jackson. Tuna Man, unfortunately, not a GMU player, as much as I'd like him to be. It's going to be Big B's, the first point percentage so far. So with these two spam characters, right, Sojourn and Junkrat, it seems like that is kind of like the damage that's going to be mostly happening pre-fight. But I think Sojourn is just a little bit more effective right now, a little bit of a advantage that Big B's may have so far that it looks like they have going for them. GMU trying to approach onto the point, but Big B's have a crossfire set up. Let's see what Leon's up to on the brig. Of course, he's the champion of this character. He's getting a lot of work in right now, being where he is positioned for this fight. They got to watch out for the Junkrat tire, and Charlantis does go down. It's going to be GMU pushing into the point now with their ults. They committed 2 to the fight. And unfortunately, I think Big B's just got caught in that scenario. They were about to come up on a few other ultimates, but couldn't quite get there. And I've just realized you guys do not hear the game sound, so let me turn that on for you guys so you don't have to just listen to my voice. You're welcome. T-Champ retaliating, getting Charlantis down before the fight even begins. So now they are on the road to even up this percentage up on the top there. 50%, halfway to winning this round. Let's say it's going to be maybe like 3 more fights if they all go in Big B's favor. They do have a few ultimates to get in here with. Charlantis retaliating, getting T-Champ down for taking him out last time. Now Leo shining on the brig. Gets a big rally, and honestly, getting 1 pick in Overwatch 2 is a huge advantage, and GMU is just not able to get what they need done in that fight in order to just kind of like survive and get at least some advantage for the pick that did happen on their side. Not all the time when someone dies on your team does it necessarily mean that something went wrong for you guys. If one team overcommits for some kill on your side, you're able to do what you can and make the most of that fight. Wait, so... Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong blade. I'm like, I swear I just saw Jackson blade. But anyway, Jackson does have the blade now. That's the only ult available for GMU right now. He's on the backline, gets the dude. Now he's the dead. Gets another pick, Tuna Man. Jackson having some delicious sashimi right now here on the Genji. He's trying to take out his mere opponent. Charlantis does eventually go down to the hands of Anform, who does have the ultimate available. So now GMU looking comfortably, 2 ults in the tank available for this next fight. They do have to watch out. Thickman's getting a little bit low now. Looks like Amform is going to opt to get the beat right now, and it's honestly a really good time. Big B is caught in a position they do not want to be in. They weren't fully grouped, I don't think, going into this fight. GMU finds the opportunity to go in and get aggressive and win that. But going into this next fight is going to be pretty tough for Big B's. As I stated, they still have a 3 ult advantage. That doesn't mean they can't grind up their ults in time. It is only at 80% right now. It's going to be T-Champ opening up at the tire here. Got to get used to these spectator keys here. Jackson actually cleans up the kills there, getting both Charlantis and right in your face. My goodness, it's going to look like it's going to be Big B's game. Now, they do have at least the rally available. Sorry, wait, GMU's game. They're in control of the point, and they have the ult economy. That's what I meant. So Thickman, I wanted to see that ultimate, but I just barely missed it. She kind of swings her hammer and goes in heavy. But does not matter. They had the rally on top of that as well. Big B's not able to get their ults before that fight started. Honestly, big play from the, I believe it was T-Champ and Jackson opening that fight with the tire and the dash, getting 2 kills. Just put Big B's in a bad scenario.
Hey, keep the comms clear, please.
This is the discipline the commander is known for.
Sorry, I'm listening to the voice lines. Overwatch 2 added a bunch, I believe, to this game, so... And there's a bunch of interactions between the players. I might get a little bit distracted by that, but I'll try to point them out if they do happen. I know when you get shutdowns on some people's ultimates, some people will say some cheeky lines. One of my favorites is Cassidy when he shoots a barraging Pharah. Makes fun of them for just kind of floating in the air. So it looks like Big B's are going to take the center of the point here now on the high ground, but unfortunately they took a little bit more spam damage getting there, so the dude does go down. Amform speeding his team in, looking to get aggressive. T-Champ on point, backing up his team safely from here. Now the Junkrat's going to shine a lot more on Village too, so Big B's still opting to play the same comp here. Maybe maybe a bit of an uh-oh. I can't believe the biggest uh-oh is me just missing Jackson's triple kill there on the right clicks. My apologies. But going into this next fight, see if Big B's have a change of plans on how they approach this point. They wanted to get there a bit too eagerly and took the spam damage, but now it's honestly easier, yeah, to go low ground here. As I say that, Charlantis does find a pick to open the fight, so T-Champ caught in a little bit of a bad position, I suppose. Charlantis getting good value in this fight. He's looking to get another juicy dash through the enemy team here. GMU not looking too hot. It's going to be Big B's with the point flip. They have it already. Looking so far so good. They'll get that percentage back up and match GMU where they are at. Looks like GMU, of course, is going to opt to get the high ground here. They have the rally to mitigate the spam damage if they feel they need it, but T-Champ's going to open the fight with a pick and another. This guy's popping on the Junkrat. Junkrat, of course, got a few changes going into this game, but look at Charlantis turning this fight around as their team gets a few picks, opts to throw out the blade and gets 2. So Big B's are actually going to hold this point despite T-Champ's work at the beginning of that fight. But for GMU, they're going to be coming up on almost all their ultimates here. Well, Charlantis did just use his. It's going to be the only ult they're really going to be down in this next fight. Any ult could come up. Thickman, of course, is a little bit behind, but Bionic Waffle opting to open with the rally. Jackson is looking to get aggressive with the Sojourn ult as well. Tudaman matching that. Leo matching with the rally. Blows are traded on both sides, but Charlantis was the only one that went down. Wonder if beats will be matched as well. Amform still has his if his team needs it. Bionic Waffle getting quite low. Does get picked by right in your face. Is going to throw out the beat now. Let's see if Big B's can actually win this fight despite being down in that economy of ultimates. No. GMU is going to cap that point. Amform getting 2 picks for himself right there at the end of the fight. Well done. Tuna Man finding 1 converting kill. Honestly, on the tank, that's going to be a pretty big deal. It might be up to Amform to go and taxi that if he feels he needs. Of course, he is going back. Charlantis is looking to get a bit aggressive on the cross angle here before the fight starts. He's taking a little bit of damage. Doesn't have his sports with him quite yet, so Leo's going to have to pack him before they engage on this left side of the point, and the dude goes down. Thickman missing the ultimate, unfortunately, but it looks like they got the weakened effect, or is that's the anti-heal effect, so that did connect. I was trying to remind myself what that ultimate did. I'm also, again, failing with the spectator feed right now. GMU is going to actually swiftly win Nepal in a 2-0 victory. So there it is to start. We're going to see the play, who I think will go to, I was going to guess it was going to be Jackson with a triple kill, but T-Champ here, I think also got a triple kill at some point. So we'll see how that went down. The right click right there on top of the primary, getting 1 pick in the fight, and then another. Well done to secure his team that first fight. Well done. Here, I have some things to fix on the broadcast. So we aren't going to be gone for long. It's going to be Big B's map pick, as GMU did win that first round. I have the teams named reverse because normally GMU is the home team on the left side, but they're on the right side now, so it's a interesting time. Oh, and the switch sides assets are not ready yet. I don't need to tell you guys that, but I need to talk about something because I don't got a co-caster here. Why? Here, you know what? I can solve this. I can solve these issues. Okay, that should fix that. Okay, we're good. The in OBS you can reference things when you paste. It doesn't have to be like a copy of the thing, and if you change it in one place, it'll change in one other. But if you hide something in one thing, it won't hide on the other, right? But I figured it all out, and now we are just waiting for the players. I don't know if we got any social media posts out for this happening, but for those of you who are here, our social medias are down below. If you do want to follow George Mason Esports going into their next semester, should be a pretty good one. We have a lot of across all the esports, a lot of good players coming into George Mason these next coming semesters. So high hopes for those players and how they perform moving forward into the season. But it is good to see them in the off season during the summer in July. And we have selected Circuit Royale, which is a payload map. Of course, we will move into the game.
Initiating match.
I hope I didn't confuse the games or the team. Okay. What? Oh, wait, did I award the wrong points? I did. GMU won the wrong. I switched the sides and I fixed the things, but then I put the points on the wrong side after I fixed. Before I fixed. Okay. I've got it all figured out. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Ready.
Do not worry. I was debating whether to make this like a. I have two ways of casting, a very professional way and a very for fun way, and I wanted to make sure that if anyone was new here, they get if I want to clip a very professional broadcast, then I want to get a few of those moments in. But Honestly, I've seen basically all of these players before. This is just like, I don't know, a Pugs to me, almost. Almost, not quite. As you can see, we do have some new faces around. You don't see Charlantis every day. If you're unlucky enough to not, of course. A very joyous person to have around. But there is two new faces, of course. I don't think I've seen T-Champ and Fury. This is probably like a real English word that I've completely blanked on. But they are a new player as well. My brief scouting, a Grandmaster player. Thickman going down on the first jump. Not a Grandmaster play. Sorry, that's toxic. Don't worry, me and Thickman are cool. We go way back. We built a pyramid out of Dasani cans. Tuna Man is a menace on the sniper. Does get that pick on Amform, which is his former teammate from Quest Esports. So they do know each other from there. I think that's how Tuna got drafted over here into the GMU Intramurals. Thickman getting a better opportunity to jump in now for his team to get some good angles here. Yaxon narrowly staying alive despite being discorded by Leo. It's going to be Big B's not able to get that pick. And T-Champ getting another pick in this fight. It's going to be Fire going down. They are holding themselves back. Very disciplined team over here, GMU on the right, in the red on the offense, however you'd like that said. See, they're pinging the Leo on the Zenyatta. They're looking to get him, but Tuna Man finally comes back to the fight, does get the pick on Bionic Waffle. Is looking for more picks around this corner as right in your face tries to make the space. He's getting a little bit low on the shield. Of course, he just used the kinetic grasp. He's trying to conserve that. T-Champ getting a pick in the narrow window where that was. Doesn't have the eat for the dragons. Now Amform is committing the nano. It's going to be a lot of pressure from GMU right now, but individually, each of them are kind of low. Jackson does get that pick onto Leo as they try to get earlier in the fight. He's going to get right as well. This is an interesting point, honestly, that a lot of players struggle with and kind of dislike, as we can see. Jackson and Bionic Waffle trying to take a little bit more space. It is very important to get on this high ground, as it could be very oppressive to push against. So if GMU don't win this fight, it could be pretty difficult for them. But look at the 5 ultimates available for the Big Bs right now. They want to pull the trigger pretty fast before GMU is able to get the rest of their ultimates. Tune Man getting that first pick in the fight, I think through the window. So that's a lot of damage. Jackson is the only one down still. GMU trying to hold out in this fight until they get their ultimates, but Leo has the transcendence to keep his team healthy. And now the rest of members of GMU just hiding or dying right here. T-Champ getting a little bit staggered. Does go down at the end of that fight. So this is the high ground I did a reference as being quite oppressive. It's going to be pretty difficult, in other words, in the exact same words rather, for GMU to push this high ground. It's going to be Thickman getting a little bit close and personal to the Big B's team. Does take a lot of damage. Does have the ultimate available. Tries to bring right down the road, but can't pick him up. Is able to stay healed up. It's going to be Amform able to get the nano off onto Yaxon, healing Thickman. So this play did work out in the long run. He's able to get the pick and get a lot of space, specifically, of course, with the rally rather from Bionic as well. Bionic Waffle able to sustain that push into there as Thickman and Yaxon finally backing off after getting 2 more picks. As you can see, we have some swaps. This map, of course, I didn't say it earlier, is of course like more high ground oriented than Nepal, right? So having characters with a little bit more mobility and characters that utilize the long sight lines are going to be played a little bit more. We saw Widows, Hanzos. We see 2 dive tanks, Winston and Diva getting play. But you know, there's a reason There are patterns to be picked up from to understand the situations that we are encountering in the game. T-Champ does have that dragons available. Doesn't want it to get eaten. Also, it's not an ultimate that you really want to throw out by itself at any given moment. So he's looking and waiting for one. And Jackson getting a double kill. He's looking at Tuna. Unfortunately, Tuna gets a double kill with the right click. Does it cleave? I actually thought it stopped on the first target. This might be an interesting discovery for myself. I swear it stops on the first target it hits.
Right on the money.
Maybe you just killed people in a quick succession. As Tuna Man does. T-Champ, though, retaliating on Leo Leon. He gets 2 picks there. And here's a good opportunity, right? You're looking to push in. They're in a choke. T-Champ shining in this fight, absolutely carrying this last fight. And they make it the point. Leo is just stalling with the Transcendence. Will go down pretty quick here. You can only be so smooth with the with the Zenyatta, but regardless of those moves, you will go down pretty quickly as a character with no mobility. Just waiting on the point, stalling until you die. GMU getting that point. GMU, a team that's looking pretty strong so far. We'll see if Big B's are able to kind of equalize this match for us. Honestly, there's a lot of skill on that team. I think when I was looking at the rosters and saw Big B's team, I honestly thought that they were maybe the strongest at a quick glance, and that is because I know the tank line of Right and Leo. That was at a quick right, so that was my quick glance, and then as we realized that there's only one tank in Overwatch 2, which means Leo is actually technically off-rolling right now. I may have lied to you when I said he's a Brig player. But as we get ready going into this next map, I don't want to talk too much about what the characters are picking right now on offense because they might swap, but we can talk what's happening on the defense, and that is Jackson on the Torbjorn, which honestly is, in my mind, a pretty good character. Maybe not the best, right? But I think a lot of work can be done on him. Honestly, that turret is in a very aggressive spot. But I trust Jackson on the interesting characters, the weird picks. You know, Junkrats, Symmetras in the works. We'll see if it works out for them. He's holding this first corner. Right is trying to wrap the corner. Get aggressive. Get some space for his team. Again, Tuna is trying to take out T-Champ or anyone else he can move his cursor on. Charlantis on the Hanzo as well. These snipers on the first point can do quite a lot. Honestly, that might be pretty problematic for the Torbjorn, who just can't keep his turret up right now. We'll see if he can still get some value. Otherwise, it looks like GMU's I was gonna say it looks like their I don't know what to call it, juice. Their resources were running low in that fight, so it was only a matter of time before the members started getting picked. Regardless of who's getting them on the side of Big B's, it's just gonna happen. All those last hits are just whoever happened to get them. No one particularly making the play happen, but working together quite well as a team to make the play happen. So they're going to cap this point here and then have to deal with this high ground. Unfortunately for them, they aren't going to be able to roll this point into like the next one that GMU had on their push. In fact, there is a little bit of a contest going on here, which is a little bit interesting, but it does force at least one ultimate. And right now, Tuna Man it does have the window to work with. It looks like no ults are being committed on the side of GMU. You know, they could throw out the window as well. And it looks like they do actually find an opportunity to do so. So it looks like they do think they can win this fight. But Big B's taking some time to ebb and flow. Gonna back away from this dragon. But it actually split right. So they are able to defend. GMU looking quite strong so far. And they still have some ults to work with going into the next fight. So great economy on their part, forcing right now to come back to the fight, catch up with his team. It's going to be Charlantis with his dragons available next. Thick Man could have his Graviton Flux, Gravity Flux, something Flux, I just call Flux. Could be shut down by the Transcendence here. That's probably about to pop out. There it is. You do have to watch out. Amform is down for the side of GMU, so now Jackson and Charlantis looking to get the damage out and have it be healed a little bit less. Also, right in your face, doesn't have to worry about a Discord orb right now, so he's getting very close and personal to the front line of GMU. A few more things to clean up. Amform showing up with the Transcendence. Too little, too late. Is going to get tripped on the stairs. Oh no. It's not a good look. GMU now regrouping here. Again, they still have a pretty significant advantage in environment right now, as one character will still have to remain on the cart at least for Big B's. It looks like Tuna Man will go there. I'm not sure if their angles will be the best, but Charlantis does make the most of his getting the pick on T-Champ at the beginning of that fight. Again, I keep getting tripped up on the name here. It's probably just like Fiery. I don't know why. I don't know why it's happening to me. I'm second guessing myself. I just gotta say it with confidence, you know. And if I'm wrong, be wrong with confidence. I should have looked up beforehand. Jackson narrowly staying alive. Just a Harmony Orb. Not keeping his mind in harmony. I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but it didn't work. Big B is pushing forward now. They have the numbers advantage. It's going to be a Leo double kill and Tuna single kill to end out that fight. No, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Big B's now. I don't think I saw anything really fundamentally change in the way they're playing. They're just playing a good, consistent game. Individually, they are starting to shine. They're working out what they need to do, I think, as individuals so far to make these points work for them. Right in your face is caught in a very not good place. So here he does have the eat to walk in front of that window. Oh my gosh, and gets the triple kill. He tries to make it 4. Leo is going to pick that up. And now they just have a Genji to worry about on the cart. Ooh, Jackson gets absolutely clotheslined by an arrow from Charlantis. You know, one day I'll just learn my alphabet and how to spell and pronounce things, and I'll just be a tier 1 caster. That's what it's going to be. And from getting a little cheeky, knows Tuna's walls are up. Honestly, yeah, I was going to say, Amform probably is tracking the timer on that. Notice he did get behind cover up until the very last second of that ultimate before walking somewhere else. It lasts exactly 15 seconds. Honestly, Big B's not much to worry about in this fight until the Transcendence coming out from Amform. Now, it may be a fight if they don't get these picks. Amform does get one. It's going to be Thickman on the stall with the ball. We're going to see T-Champ coming out here as well. And the Tracer is looking at Leo, trying to pick that up. He's changing his target to the back line further. And the Baptiste does not get that. Honestly, it looks a little hard to contest that when your Widow, your Bap can be placed so far down that hall and have perfect LOS of the cart. You have to use so much of your mobility to get over there. You can't use it to avoid damage.
Initiating match.
Alrighty. So this is the first time we've seen extra rounds. It's the first time we could see any. Technically, unless you count the third round on Koth, of course. If you missed it, GMU has started this game with a 2-0 victory on Nepal. So we moved over here to a payload, which Big B's have selected. And it looks like, unfortunately, they are just almost 30 seconds behind on the clock on the overtime. But it is not the biggest difference. It's just one fight. Famous last words. But this could be interesting. GMU maybe starting in a very interesting position. Of course, we've seen Junker Queen as a character that really wants to get close and brawly. So that may be what they are looking to do here. They might get scouted, depending on where the Sonic Arrow goes. Doesn't matter. They are getting in. GMU getting very aggressive, and Big B's were not anticipating this. They get one member lost right now, Fiery with the Immortality Field, but unfortunately it doesn't last long. And now GMU is starting out with a pretty good bump in the ultimate percentages there. Now 1 minute on the clock, so this worked out pretty well for them. This is a best-of-5 series, so it's not over if Big B's lose this map, but honestly, they really don't want to, because a reverse sweep is quite difficult compared to a tied series. Tuna Man doing his best to make this fight winnable, gets the pick right there, right in your face. Is also going to get one for himself. Jackson is trying to go for a riskier play in order for his team to somehow have any way to win that fight, but unfortunately for him and Amform, they both go down to the back line of Big B's. Now, Trilantis trying to get into a forward position here, scout out the enemy, see what's going on. I was wondering if they were going to stay there moving into the next fight, but it looks like that is not going to happen. It's going to be GMU getting close and grouped into this next fight. We have the overhealth decaying off of both teams that they got, I believe, from Junker Queen. This fight is just a little bit of a spam battle until Charlantis almost got a pick there. Tuna does on T-Champ, right in your face, gets one as well. So now Big B's, there is hope to take this point so long as no C9 happens. And it looks like it will not. So we were spectating the characters getting aggressive there. Tuna, no. It's okay, he's not a GMU student. We don't have to reprimand him for his terrible deeds and actions that he's committed. The war crimes on, on Circuit Royale 2nd. Charlantis does have the Dragon Blade moving into the next fight. It's going to be matched by Jackson. We'll see who throws it out first. It's going to be more or less the same time. Both are coming out, but it's going to be the beat from Amform that's going to keep his team up and healthy. So Charlantis fighting in overtime desperately as Tuna Man tries to get close to his ultimate. Leo's Brig ult. Not going to be enough. Rally. That's what it's called.
Score 4-3.
All right, well, it's a match for sure. I'll tell you that much. I've seen a handful of them in my days, so I could tell you what a match looks like. And what I'm looking at right now, that's a match. We're going to have this last offense from GMU. They held it pretty well. They did lose the first point. With a little bit more time in the bank, maybe they can push it. Oh my gosh! If they can, maybe they can push it a little bit further. As you can see, it's gotten up to the corner there. No major changes on the defense comp. It looks like they are running what they just saw, which is an interesting play. I don't think Big B's will go for the same close push through that house, because I don't know. I feel like GMU would just kind of expect that, or at least look for it. Not expect it, but just be prepared for it. So I'm not really expecting that. Okay, so I know how the numbers work on the spec now. Okay. That's weird. This is F7 on Thickman. I don't know why they did that, but that's the way it is. Alright. Just a battle front to back, but Leo getting way too close, honestly, in that fight. So GMU have a pretty good chance to push forward until Tuna Man equalizes right there. They're still going to make that fight work for them because T-Champ is going to pick right in your face. He is actually the Sojourn is being told to stay on the cart, which is interesting. I think that just kind of happened because it happened. They needed to send Inform forward to speed and heal. And Jackson and the game were just kind of there already. You wouldn't want to send your tank back for sure. Okay, well, we have this high ground advantage available for Big B's. They want to get this map win. They're hungry for it, but they don't have ultimates. Neither team does, so this is just going to be a traditional fight, but Charlantis is getting quite aggressive in it. May get punished here, does have the reflect available now out of resources, but Jackson and Thickman are quite low, so it's looking like it is in Big B's favor here to win this fight. Tuna Man completely uncontested in the backline so far. It does have to watch out for the Brig, getting a little bit close to them, and now the DPS Lucio, or the backline Lucio, the aggressive. Is there another word for this? Reddit? Getting a little bit close to Tuna Man. Anyway, he is able to survive the fight, but 3 members survived on the side of GMU. And now they're coming up on that rally as well. So it's going to be up to maybe Tuna's ult to match and get more value than a rally, which I think is going to be quite difficult. I think it's kind of up to right in your face to just kind of stall the cart a little bit for Tuna to get the value. He does get that first pick that's actually really big. It's overtime, so the rally's going to come out anyway for Bionic Waffle. Right in your face is surviving, so doing exactly what he needs to kind of mitigate this rally's value. But now the beat comes out on both sides. It's still, again, Big B's advantage here as they just have the numbers. They need to get the kills quick, though. You don't want to see these members like T-Champ coming back into the fight, so that does go down. And wouldn't you know it, Big B's are going to get that W. Big W. I'm getting an approving nod for that one. Leo is going to get that play of the game. On the last fight, there's a window here as they secure the point. Very exciting. Good on you, Leo. Proud of you. And as we can see, we have an even series. Going to be moving into that next map. It is going to be GMU's map pick. Again, it's named GMU because they're the team on the left on OBS because home team, and then GMU is the away. You know, if you're new to the stream, that's the struggle with. I'm going through. It's been a long day, all right? Don't judge me. But if you're just joining us, it is an even series in the GMU Grand Final Intramural Best of 5. Don't believe there's a bracket reset because ain't nobody got time for that. We started off on Nepal where GMU did get the pretty swift 2-0 victory. One of the games did go to 99-99. I don't think the other one did. That was, what's it called? Statue to Village? What is that called? I don't think it's called Statue. The one with the elephant statue. You know what I'm talking about? Shrine? I got there. You didn't need to tell me. And if the stream delay comes in and you typed it in chat and you thought you told me, well, you didn't. So, yeah. You think about that. All right. Well, now it's time for a push map. It's going to be Coliseum. Which, of course, is the map in Rome. There is a Coliseum. That's where that is, right? Yo, True Chains. Thanks for reminding me, T-Champ. I do need to get that shirt, too. I'm a fair amount of points behind. I'm at 10K right now. But, you know, one day we'll get there. That's the dream of getting that shirt. I may or may not be wearing that shirt right now. I didn't prepare for this, but, you know, that's just how crazy how nature do that. What are you guys up to tonight, chat? I'm going to be playing some Terraria after this. You know, I could have signed up for Intramurals probably and played it because I did technically graduate last semester. But I may or may not have downloaded the beta right before this play. Not because I don't like it. It's just haven't had time. I'm excited, but also Overwatch was a lot for me. Not in a bad way. It's just I'll never get a team experience again. Yeah, I could have played in Intramurals, but I'm talk about the semester-long team. I could go on Reddit maybe and look up a team to join. Maybe play some Open Division again. That would take a lot out of me. I like my memories. I'm happy where they are. Thank you for asking. Yeah, Pat. Terraria is based, but it'd be more base if we actually played together. We've been talking about this Calamity run. Where is it? I don't see it. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting kind of ghosted right now. Also, stay away from shrimp. Should be going into the next game any second now. I kind of forgot to tell them that I was on. That might have been a thing that I needed to do. Forget about it. All right. Are these sides correct? Yes. No side swaps for push as they are symmetrically made maps. And we've seen this map plenty in the Overwatch League, so we know what we're looking at. I wonder if for Intramurals, the other newest maps were made legal. I don't know who wrote the rules, so you know, I kind of want to see the one in Brazil. Pretty sure there's one there, the Lucio map. But alas, yeah, shrimp does taste good. That's the truth. I will not be avoiding it either. I think going to this map that we will not be seeing a Bastion. And I'm correct. Incredible insight from Hamster Quest. You're welcome. And we're seeing more or less the same themes that we saw on the King of the Hill map, right? With the Junker Queen, Sojourn, and Genji, Lucio, and Brig. But this time we do have an Ana. Forgot if we saw a Bat in one of the rounds as well. But this is kind of what you get. Best characters right now. I forget if Sojourn really got a major change. I don't know why she wasn't played out of the gate in Overwatch League, but alas, she is played now, right in your face, getting a little bit low with the anti-healing, landing from Thick Man, or sorry, wait a minute, from Amform, right? Because it's only on the ultimate for Junker Queen. I know the video game. Come on. Trilantis getting a little cheeky over the wall. Amform trying to land an aggressive nade. Actually gets run down by Big B's here. I wonder if that nade landing where he wanted it to would have made much of a difference. Big B is actually closing out some kills pretty late in that fight, so it's not exactly all going their way. GMU is able to kind of sustain that and get the picks. Bionic Waffle finally trading on Charlantis here. They get the push bot going in their direction. Leo moving up on the brig is now getting that push bot. What's his name? Steve? I forget. Going in their direction. It has like some letters and numbers, right? Officially, it's the allure. Anyway, Thickman getting a pick here, trading the Junker Queen, not trading, getting the Junker Team kill. Yeah, when you kill the Queen, it's called a quill. You didn't know that? Alright, he does have the beat available to save their team if they want to. Honestly, I wouldn't. That's Tuna Man over there. T-Champ is getting some big picks in this fight. Honestly, for push, it's like really hard to tell what's going on. And not really hard. It's hard to judge far in advance, I think. At least for me. I don't know. Where your next fight is going to be. The push bot moves at like a steady rate, right? But you don't know like if it's going to be the next point or not. If you're going to get your point in, I don't know. Maybe it's really easy for the players. My point is, Big V's pushing in right now, trying to stop GMU from just like moving up on this positioning. But because of this fight being so hectic, GMU has just dropped the push bot altogether. And figure they can go back and actually cap at this point. Because, like, I'm trying to remember exactly what it does with the spawns. Your spawns move a bit forward, but I remember playing the fair bit I did that I hardly noticed when my spawns moved until they moved back. and then you really feel it when your spawns move back. It's going to be GMU getting quite low here. It's going to be the blade coming out from Charlantis to clean up GMU. Unfortunately, hasn't gotten any picks yet. Does get antied to Anform, shining on that Ana so far. We see a ultimate coming out again from right in your face. It's going to be pretty easy fight win when you secure two, or when you use two ultimates here on GMU. But GMU is coming up on a few ultimates of their own. And in this next fight, we've reset this this robot back to the middle of the map, trying to push deep into GMU territory. Charlantis is on the flank. Yaxon does see it, goes to half health, but the pick does not go through. Yaxon is doing just fine. Backline, good peel. We see T-Champ coming out with the ultimate, is looking at the backline, but swiftly dies to right in your face. We see the beat come out too, just to keep themselves up, but now they're going to use it to push in and close out the fight entirely. Amform getting pulled into Big B's. Oh no. Jackson and Bionic Waffle trying to speed out here, but the outcome of the fight will not change. It's going to be Big B's on top so far. GMU regrouped. They do have this high ground, of course, providing them a slight advantage in this fight. Tuna Man is going to throw out the ultimate towards the high ground. Soldier does have a jump that she is able to use to get up here. It's just focused on getting these right clicks. Fortunately, no picks for him. It's going to be another big nade landing on 3 members of Big B so far. We have the beat available from Bionic Waffle if they really want to close out this fight or are worried of anything really killing them. And it looks like they are going to commit it right now. We don't see anything happening just yet except Leo going down finally. It's going to be right in your face, trying to retaliate on Yaxon for getting that kill onto his teammate, but not going to happen. Yaxon is going to stay up. Bionic Waffle and Amform providing the healing necessary for GMU to win that fight. Pretend there was color casting there as I drink water. It's going to be Right in your face, and Charlantis, the next ult's available in this fight. Right in your face is getting very close to the back line and getting a lot of damage on Thickman. It honestly is a major factor in this fight. Hopefully going to Big B's for what they are committing to it. But honestly, GMU great on the peel. Amform did have that rally. The swap over from Ana did pay off. He got that ult, I think, pretty quickly, actually. Well done for GMU. Right now, they are already ahead. There's 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. So there's still a lot of time. It's anyone's game. It's still pretty close in terms of distances on both sides. Looks like Big B's taking good advantage of this corner, which is quite awkward for GMU to push around. But now with the blade, picks up Fiery. Now getting right, Amform trading the kill onto, or getting the mirror kill. I don't know. Whenever I see like a mirror kill, I'm like, oh, they trade it. I don't know. I don't know why I think that. My brain. They kill their mirror opponent. I want there to be like a one-word thing for that. Oh yeah, you killed your person that's the same person on the other team. I don't know. Brig diff. Got Bionic Waffle getting close to that beat, but not in time for Yaxon, who does go down in the fight. It's going to be GMU pushing in. No ults necessary. Tuna Man now on the flank to clean up the rest of the kills. GMU, no hope of even getting any members out. No one escaping to tell the tale. Tuna Man now with the ultimate available. Leo also having that rally as well. Going to be resetting the robot back to the center. And it's still up to Big B's to find a way to push this cart further in the minute and 30 seconds remaining. Yaxon going down to the hands of Tuna on that right-click shot. Honestly, is a scary ability. Can one-shot 200 health characters. Probably Cassidy as well. I don't know. Not important right now. I don't want to think about it because it's not happening. I actually don't know the exact damage number on that ability. Wondering why I couldn't switch over to Bionic Waffle. Does have the beat available. Well, I was trying to watch because if this card gets too close, it's going to be a few ultimates popped out on the side of GMU. As you can see, yeah, okay, so Tuna Man, that ultimate finally falling off. Oh, going for the environmental kill. Bionic Waffle doesn't get it, but Yaxon still goes down. Wait a minute, that's on the side of his own team. It is an even fight until Fiery and Leo go down. It wasn't even in the resource economy. That beat fired first. GMU didn't have to use as many resources to stay alive and were able to use them in the mid to post, in the mid to, in hindsight, to post fight. In between those two things, in the closing of the fight. What comes after the mid fight? What happened to second mid fight? It's gonna be T-Champ with the blade, but he doesn't want to use it quite now because he's antied. He's just trying to survive with it and get ready to push in now. It does have it available. Could be thrown out of here. There's 2 seconds left. As you can see, Charlantis still has to walk to the point. Fiery may have to throw out this beat. There it is to block the damage from T-Champ on the blade right now. Is trying to slash through that health. Does see Leo. And additional damage from Thickman. Good target focus on the side of GMU. We'll see if it's enough to win the fight. It is. They take out the blade target. There's still 2 members left. They are kind of healthy right now. Yaxon, it's not getting pressure right now, is going to go to the high ground. They do lose Thickman actually in the fight, so they have to watch out. Leo, right in your face, unfortunately has to follow this cart around to a position he really, I don't think, wants to be in order to keep it in overtime. And that's going to be his death. His team is not going to be able to regroup in time. That is going to be GMU moving up in the series. And the play of the game going to T-Champ. And a well-deserved blade. Oh, a shutdown kill. This I probably right at the end, right? Nope, I'm wrong. We saw this play earlier. It's a pretty big blade. Where Amform got the kill on Leo, and T-Champ had his 4K stolen unceremoniously by the Brig on your team. Happens to all of us. I'll pour one out for you later. Midtown, though, is going to be our next map. It is a hybrid, of course, if you can read. Or if you can't, there you go. If you're just joining us now, though, this is the GMU Intramural Finals, Grand Finals, as you can see, against Big B's and, air quotes, GMU. I think they only have GMU players. I actually don't know where T-Champ's from. But I know for a fact that Big B's do not have only GMU players. Intramurals were open to anyone, I think, basically, with any association with GMU. That's like hand-wavy association. I don't know. But we started off on a Paul, of course, GMU getting the 2-0 victory there. Big B's retaliating on the Circuit Royale, where they got that tie up in the series. Let's give you guys the point you deserved there. GMU 2-1 in the series. Of course, they just won on Coliseum. And that's where we're at now. I'm going to be moving into the game. I should tell them not to wait for my R. Because then, like, I have to put my hands on the keyboard. What if I don't want to? It's a little too much work for me in between the rounds. But, yeah, we are moving into Midtown. What am I? Okay. I was very confused with what I was reading. But yeah. In fact, I am actually going to airway.
Ready for battle.
Okay, no. It doesn't matter. Forget everything I'm talking about. Don't worry, chat.
Hello.
I'll just say R next time.
I still feel that final blow from yesterday's training.
Still see a lot of Junker Queen. Of course, Genji and Souljourn also. Lucio, the speed boost, pretty good. Watching a game that was 6 players per team for so long, you're able to get a lot more advantage with just controlling more of the map with more players. Now with less, seems like there's a lot of value in just being more or less one unit. Of course, crossfires are always going to be good. It looks like, anyway, GMU is pushing under the train here, the subway. They're actually going for a map flip. I haven't watched a lot of Al, so I don't know if this position or rotation through is pretty traditional to see. Honestly, I think it's a pretty good one. Unfortunately for them, though, Tuna Man does get a pick into this room, so T-Champ is going to go down. And they are probably not going to win any fight, so they do have to be very careful unless Big B's pushed too far in, as Wright did seem like he was doing for a second there. Honestly, if they're able to survive until T-Champ comes back, which he now has, they're doing just fine. So GMU, oh my goodness. It's going to be the sleep coming out from Amform, landing on Wright to open that fight. Jackson's going to get 2 picks. Bionic Waffle going to follow suit, and it's going to be all over for Big B's. What was a very clean start from GMU.
Good to see you. Hey. All hail the queen!
So now we are moving over to the escort portion of the map. It's going to start with these few angles that the defense does have. Jackson standing in that soldier damage for a little long there. I was afraid he would go down. Honestly, I've done that pretty often while playing the beta. You just get really distracted and involved in what you're doing. You forget you're standing as something that is killing you. I get it. It's going to be Tuna with the ultimate. Looking for the picks here. It's going to be GMU playing a lot of cover until the beat comes out and they get aggressive on Tuna, who gets antied. It's going to be Bionic Waffle and Fiery that's actually going to drop the beat here. Matched on both sides, so no one goes down just yet. Genji, Charlantis off on the side, was getting a little bit low, pressured. Has to fall back. Now they're just about to get their ultimates as GMU got theirs first. They could be looking for any handful of Nano Blade, just a Junker Queen ult or Jackson ult just by itself. Well, Souljourn. Leo gets his ult entirely kited. They do still have that over health left over. You know, I think I just realized now that the over health from Circuit Royale was probably from a Brig rally. I'm piecing it all together, guys. Leo getting 2 kills at the end of that fight. And it looks like Big B's are going to play big on D. 2 ultimates available for GMU. It's going to be the Junker Queen and Souljourn. 2 very different ultimates, obviously. They could be looking to open the fight with either. Honestly, I think we've seen a lot of Souljourn ults open a lot of fights. And right in your face, gets slept again. Amform really on top of these sleeps right here. They do have to push through this Genji deflect. Of course, that doesn't last forever. Jackson on this angle as well. Looking to get some picks here as his front line makes the space for him. Great teamwork right here as they get in. And the ante is big from right, getting 3 members of GMU. Tuna Man, though, is going to get the pick on T-Champ. I was confused for a second. I was like, oh, okay, wow, good job getting the antes, and then that team won. I don't know. My brain did not follow who was on what side for a second there. It's okay. As we can see, Big B's still on top on defense because of Right in Your Face's ult. I double tricked myself. I thought that Right was on the other team, but on this team. You know what I'm saying? I'm picking up what I'm putting down. I'm not. Thickman does have that Junker Queen ult available though, so that's the only ult right now. Now pushing under is a little bit scary, as you can see, because of the 2 members that are still on top. Finally dropping down though, so that's going to be Thickman's opportunity to go in. Unfortunately, doesn't connect that ult on anyone, so now GMU left to just sustain the damage that will happen as a repercussion of their own actions. Tuna Man does have that ultimate. Again, it's just the damage, the team play here. The value wasn't gotten for GMU, and now Big B's are pushing back in. Pretty standard procedure here. Honestly, Big B's are looking pretty good going into this next fight. Not just because of the ult economy, but this positioning has served them well so far. Jackson does have that ult on the Souljourn that he has been able to make good work with before, and that is one of the few advantages they have moving into this fight. Beats are matched on both sides, so it's going to be a pretty long fight no matter how you slice it, unless that is Charlantis will slice it with the blade here now, getting a lot of cleave damage onto the beat targets, but the health is a lot. He's looking at the Lucio, does get that. A few members are still low up top here, but no one's able to pick it up. Tuna Man can't quite see everyone up there on the low ground, is going to try to get up close and personal. Leo's rally does come around the side. Unfortunately, not able to keep Tuna Man up. He gets a little bit aggressive there. It could be GMU's fight to win now, unless Right can get his ultimate and turn this fight around. He's 90% though, so it's going to take a second. Cart still needs to move a fair bit though, so they want to play quite slow moving into this fight. The T-Champ does have the option to say, time to play fast. Jackson didn't get any value on his ultimate other than the damage and pressure from that. No kills. T-Champ getting anti here, is trying to peel for his backline, who makes short work of, and it turns out Big B's are big on D on Midtown.
Score 0-1.
I'm just saying. But is GMU also big on the defense? I'm kidding. They also won on the Circuit Royale, which is a offense-defense map, so that's just how it works. I'm expecting basically the same team comps moving forward. It's interesting to see how these teams are approaching this map. I think Big B's looked, honestly, I was going to say, oh no, GMU honestly looked pretty prepared on that offense, the way they approached it and quickly took the first point. But the second point looked pretty tough. I'm wondering if either there was some less coordination going on there and how to properly approach that high ground and win it. Maybe if the I don't know, if like overtime death timers played a role there, if that last push on their offense they weren't able to really get as much value with how many players they had up or down, favoring the defense there. So it's going to be the rotation from Big B's. Not the same one, but one that's going to work again. Honestly, forcing them into the train while you have the open ground is looking pretty good. Jackson does find a pick in all that mess, though. So now that is the trigger to go in. Frontline trying to trade damage. Genji involved in that with the deflect. Is vulnerable now, but Tunaman is going to get the pick on and form. T-Champ also following suit. And it looks like it's just GMU's first point. That's just how they roll. They're like, we're Midtown first point team. They gave up 2 ticks for it, but hey, they hold it. And honestly, they're getting pretty close to the beat as an outcome of what happened here. T-Champ trying to cover the angle that they first rotated through with a trap. As Leo narrowly gets in, avoiding the Junkrat damage. It looks like Jackson is hungry for this kill and does get it, as I find the F key a little bit too late to spec it. Charlantis getting low as well. T-Champ getting the pick onto the tank on the side of GMU. Or, sorry, on the side of Big B. Curse GMU being named GMU. Running all my OBS things and labels. It's my fault, though, if I'm being honest. But I'll tell you what isn't my fault. My bad segue. For some reason, it wasn't my fault. I don't know. Just believe me, chat. Bionic Waffle does have the ultimate going into this fight. They're looking to get aggressive. Honestly, they didn't need to use it to engage up front, but they are going to use it to close out the fight here. Just a few members left for GMU to clean up. It's going to be 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining for Big B's to find a way to get this point. And they really want to, because they want to add that time back on the clock. And obviously win the map, they need to. They want the series to go on. But I think they might have an easier time there. Who knows? Maybe it's just difficult for both sides. It was just so interesting to see Big B's hold that point for so long. I want to know what GMU will do if they have to hold that point, you know? You feeling what I'm feeling? What I'm feeling is it's going to be a point take for Big B's. They have 2 more ultimates to work with. There it is. They still have to fight through a rally. They're going to use the beat as well. Honestly, they have the spawn advantage. So Leo is going to get here and rally as well. So a lot of ults committed. But honestly, GMU committed a lot as well. T-Champ with the tire. And Amform with his rally. Thickman with his Junker Queen ult as well. But if here's a big point. If BBs are able to take control of this high ground, I don't think they will, honestly, unless Charlantis wants to drop the cart for a sec and blade, because then it'll be 5-on-5 up here, and they already have the high ground. And it looks like GMU doesn't look like they want to walk in just yet. Okay, now they're pushing in. Honestly, I wonder if they could have found a way to hold that high ground. They just kind of pushed out and gave the space, but Charlantis has the blade. It's getting a little bit low. They kind of played for cart there. Maybe they didn't have to. I feel like it's harder to take this high ground than it is to hold it. Might have been a matter of the cooldowns, though. That's honestly a big blade for the damage, but he just got picked so fast that Big Bs were not able to support it enough. Maybe they needed to draw a little bit more of the aggro elsewhere. And it looks like they're just forfeiting to get a little bit more cart push before each of them die. They have no ultimates here. Tuna Man does get a pick, though. They're playing it by the books, the stall of where they're positioned on the cart, and where Tuna Man is in the backline getting value, and Charlantis is able to join right before he dies, I think, to help get that pick. So, right, and Leo that were down there able to survive. And Fiery was involved as well. T-Champ throwing out the tire a little bit early in the fight. Looked like they were trying to avoid Charlantis' damage there instead of directly kill them. I don't know if they just couldn't get the get vertical enough to go for that tire kill on them specifically. But anyway, GMU looking pretty healthy going into this next fight with the 2 ultimates available. They're about to get matched on the side of Big B's. Jackson is going to throw out that ultimate first. As you notice, there are 50 seconds left on the clock. T-Champ is going to get that pick. He's a menace on the junk, but he's not when he's dead. Now, both teams even strength. It's going to be Thickman getting pressured out now. Beat match on both sides. Amform does have the rally, though, and Leo does not. It's going to be the anti-landing on Thick and Amform, but the rally should keep them pretty healthy to win this fight. As you can see, the damage dealers are up on the side of GMU, so they should be able to win this fight. Charlantis does go down. Sorry, Tuna Man was there too. I don't know why. I thought he was walking back from spawn. He wasn't on high ground. But this is going to be it. It looks like there's no way that Big Bs are going to be able to touch the point in time. It is going to be GMU's 3-1 victory. Midtown will be the map to end it all. They are the GMU Intramural champions. Congrats to GMU for winning the GMU Intramurals. It was a big upset. Never thought that they could do it. You know, they were the underdogs, the away team from not GMU. I don't know. I'm trying to say here. I want to make it a story that GMU doesn't go to GMU, but all their players do. So, except for T-Champ, I don't know. I already said that. Don't care. Still won. That's my motto. Bionic Waffle, taking that right out of my book. But congrats to you. And that's kind of the only Overwatch we have for you guys. I know we didn't get a lot of streaming in this semester, but hopefully there will be next. Of course, a lot of big events coming up. We should be seeing for the first time, I think, ever, hopefully, is GMU qualifying for, or hopefully qualifying for, playing in a tournament where it's a qualifier, right? They're playing in the qualifiers for Hue Fest. I think that's going to be the next thing coming up. As GMU Overwatch Shouldn't have too many big events other than that coming up in the fall as Activision Blizzard's collegiate scene gets spicy in the spring and fall. It's a little bit more laid back, and that's the way it is. But anyway, that's all we have for you tonight. Just keep an eye on socials if anything else is going on. If there's any more intramural action that you want to catch, I don't know if it's getting streamed later, but you can find all that out in the Discord specifically. You can grab your roles for each of the teams and see or ask around if they haven't have it posted. When those intramurals are, I think all the signups for them are probably closed. Don't know, but you can probably catch that action as well, hopefully, if it is streamed. But I don't have those answers for you. What I do have for you is kind words of thank you for watching. I've been Hamster Quest. As always, it's what I do. And stay true to yourself. That's my advice for you today. Have a good one. We'll see you around. Have a good night.